Never be romantic about how you make your money. When I was 22 to 28, I worked in my dad's business and was making $35,000 to $55,000 a year. But I had no expenses, I didn't go on vacations, I didn't buy fancy things, so I saved my money. I saved my money, and then after a time, I had hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions. I had hundreds of thousands of dollars because I did not spend anything. I still had not bought a home when I was 33 years old and was renting because I was saving cash to go on the offense. So when I had a chance to invest in those companies, I put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the deal and made millions. I didn't have any crazy advantage. Lots of people make that kind of money, but the problem is they buy holidays, watches, and they want that BMW. I had cheap food for 13 years so I could save, and then I had an opportunity and I struck, and that moment changed my financial life forever. You need to spend all of your time and energy on creating something that actually brings value to the people you're asking for money. When you chase money, you're going to lose. You're just going to. Even if you get the money, you're not going to be happy. When you look for money, you get rich. When you look for legacy, you get wealth. If your work is great, that becomes your reputation, and that becomes the gateway drug to bring business into your sales funnel. Stop hanging around people who don't want you to win. Don't dwell on your weaknesses. Everybody else is already doing that for you. The truth is that finding happiness in what you do every day is so imperative. You didn't grow up driving, you figured it out. Regardless of what you're trying to accomplish, you've got to tell the world about it. Skills are cheap, passion is priceless. Always put your money back into your own business. Immigrants in general have a disproportionate success rate in America, and I finally figured it out. They're not smarter, and it's not even necessarily that they work harder. It's that they come to America and they buy nothing stupid for 15 years. They just live frugally, buy nothing, save money, buy a business, and move up in life. The biggest financial problem in this country is that people end up buying cars and houses and clothes they can't afford to impress people they don't even like. How do you make people buy in? You don't. I speak only to the converted, and you should do the same. There's never a bad time to start a business, unless you want to start a mediocre one. Time is the one asset that none of us are going to get more of. All your ideas may be solid or even good, but you have to actually execute on them for them to matter. Love your family, work super hard, live your passion. I'm just always looking forwards. I spend very little time looking backwards. Effort is grossly underrated. You can market your ass off, but if your product sucks, you're dead. Legacy is greater than currency. I hate how many people think glass half empty, when their glass is really 4/5 full. I'm grateful when I have one drop in the glass because I know exactly what to do with it. When you're grateful, you see full glasses. If you live for the weekends and vacations, your shit is broken. The game for me is not acquisition, it's lifetime value and the percentage of wallet I get from that person. Retention is the game. The game in business is not how many customers you can get, it's how many you can keep. Brands mature over time, like a marriage. The bond you feel with your spouse is different than when you first met each other. Excitement and discovery are replaced by comfort and depth. People are chasing cash, not happiness. When you chase money, you're going to lose. You're just going to. Even if you get the money, you're not going to be happy. There's not a single winner on earth that took it easy. You can't be heard if you're not communicating. Buy into positivity versus negativity. Blindly buy into positivity. Positivity leads to action and results. It's the macro of it all. Ultimately, a value exchange matters the most. No matter what, if you bring somebody value, if you make somebody laugh, if you make somebody think, if you deliver in your promise, that is always going to work out no matter how you do that. Provide 51% of the value in a relationship, whether it's with an employee, a client, or a stranger. You can't live your life based on other people's point of view. I'm tired of people not starting and living their life on one very simple thing, which is they're worried about what other people think. Allowing people's opinion to dictate your behavior has to stop. I don't care about what anybody thinks about me because they don't know who I am inside. Smart work will never replace hard work. It only supplements it. People are your most important commodity. No matter what you do, your job is to tell your story. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want to do every day for the rest of my life? Do that. What's the return on investment of a piano? To me, it's zero. For Billy Joel and Elton John, it has been substantial. Trust is on the rise because transparency is on the rise. You're not lazy, you just don't love what you do. You move fast when you don't pay attention to judgment. Choose happiness over money. Instead of reading chapters 1, 2, and 3, start writing 4, 5, and 6. 99% of what we deal every day in business doesn't matter. If you religiously follow the few core business philosophies that mean the most to you, everything else will naturally fall into place. Stuff changes. Get used to it. Don't create fake environments for your kids. They'll fall hard later in life. Don't waste energy. Focus on what you control, not what you wish controlled. When you realize how important you are to 99.99% of people, their judgment loses weight. They aren't worried about you. They have their own stuff to worry about. Want to be happy? Have zero expectations of others. The biggest asset in the world is your mindset. If you fail and people laugh at you, they're not worth your time. Ignore them. No is an entrepreneur's best friend. Nobody wants to make the sacrifices. They only want the upside of entrepreneurship. Cash is oxygen. You can make the greatest cup of coffee, the greatest sneaker, the greatest TV show, or the greatest work of art ever. But if you can't sell your product, you are out of business. The quotes are simple. The execution is hard.